Grand Rapids Christian Schools created the Richard M. DeVos Distinguished Alumni Award in 2014. The award itself is our way of honoring and recognizing our graduates who have made significant impact within their community, within the state, within our country, and certainly internationally. And Doug Nagel was an easy selection for us as we decided and made decisions about who should the second recipient be. Doug has a very interesting story, and I doubt most people know about that story. Doug was not raised or born in Grand Rapids. He actually relocated to Grand Rapids, and he relocated alone.
Doug was born in Minnesota, and his family wanted Doug to have what Christian High in Grand Rapids offered. So they sent Doug by himself to Grand Rapids. And it was at that time that Doug contracted poliomyelitis. And they had a community of friends, but not so much his immediate family, to support him, to encourage him. And he's been dealing with the infirmities ever since. But in all these years, he has never complained. He's just a very positive guy. Doug then went into business and has been obviously very successful. And I would say that the Lord has blessed him, but he in turn has blessed the Lord very much. Apart from his philanthropic giving, they have been also very encouraging, both he and Loie.
Well, Wedgwood's been around for about 55 years, and for all those years, Wedgwood has sought out the kids that fall between the cracks, the ones that we sometimes term the least, the lost, and the left behind. So we have very difficult situations to deal with, and we try to be Christ-like to everyone, and we just try to bring that angle of discipleship to kids that sometimes feel like throwaway kids. When I think of Doug, I can't speak of Doug without speaking of Lois. He's fortunate he's got Lois for a lot of ways. One thing, she's better looking than he is, so he never gets too far from her. But just to give you an idea of their presence, I can picture Lois sitting on the sidewalk or in the grass planting flowers, and Doug will be sitting nearby talking to kids or staff or making little wisecracks with a little grin on his face, and that's just sort of my image. But they're very joyful, very contagious, very engaging people that others just like to be around. But the deeper things, I think, are their example and their character. And I think Jesus taught people to say, if you follow my teachings, if you imitate what I do, then you're my disciples. And then you'll know the truth, and the truth will set you free. And as I reflect on that, I think it's sort of a little bit of a nugget as to what's the meaning of life, and they grasp it. And it's pretty contagious, and it's pretty impressive. And I just want to thank them for all that they do, congratulate them for this award, and just really try to articulate how much we appreciate them here at Wedgwood.
One of the things about Doug's philanthropic giving is his enthusiasm, his positiveness. And he will say to others, give and encourage them, maybe to the causes that he is also supporting. There is a Doug Nagel-ism that starts like, he who gives while he lives knows where it goes. And it's true. So Doug is a guy who basically has been involved with a number of ministries, and he's been blessed by a lot of that. His positiveness is just a part of his persona.
Doug and Lois Nagel have for a long time supported CLC Network, and we're really grateful for their vision of a Christian community that involves people at all levels of ability and disability. They have a strong belief that folks who have been traditionally marginalized by society belong in our schools and our churches and our families, and that we should support them in order to contribute their gifts. I think with Doug and Lois's encouragement, we have and continue to dream big about the impact that we can make. And we work with 67 schools in 8 states, coming alongside schools and churches to help them support people with differing gifts, with differing learning styles, both physical and intellectual, behavioral, or emotional. And I'm really grateful for their philanthropy, not only to CLC Network, but to all those who are working to advance this vision of the kingdom that really supports people at all levels of ability.
Well, my first real sit-down meeting with Doug and Lois Nagel was about this idea of an institute for the study of world Christianity at Calvin College. Doug would be the first one to tell you that he's not a scholar, but he really loves thinkers. He loves Christian thought. He loves Christian engagement with the world's problems. I think that Doug's own challenges in life have given him a special tender heart and sensitivity for the needs of others. And so the Nagel Institute has 3 main purposes. First, we want to promote a deeper understanding of world Christianity. We want to partner with Christian scholars elsewhere in the world to do that. And we want to provoke thoughtful Christians here in the northern part of the world to care about and to listen to the concerns and the desires and hopes of Christians elsewhere in the world.
Doug has been a significant contributor in many ways to our community, to his local church, and also to Grand Rapids Christian Schools. We couldn't do what we do without people like the Nagels. Doug has been an invaluable partner for us and someone for whom I am very appreciative and honored in presenting this award.